This is Dolynny TV, and guys, a big welcome back to some NHL 19 talk. Of course, a couple days, well, tried to get a couple days ahead of the NHL awards, but we're now one day out, and I've got my man Thrash94 Gaming joining me on the line. Thrash, how are you doing today, bud?
Not too bad. We've had some interesting things happen today, so let's get into this. Let's have some fun. Let's talk, and we got to talk about Hoffman at some point. We're gonna have to talk about that, but yeah, a lot of good topics today.
All right, so Hoffman, kind of the big interesting thing today. Tomorrow, hopefully, it's all about NHL 19, and that's what we're trying to prep you for right here, right now. Yesterday, we got the, I guess you can't even call it officially a teaser trailer anymore when it's squared up for Twitter video, but it's literally a teaser trailer for NHL 19 featuring a guy just skating around out on the pond, having a good time, and making it look like it's getting closer to hockey season, eh?
I mean, obviously, with hockey season just ending, I'm kind of going into a deep depression at the moment. So hopefully we can get back a little bit sooner than we think. Maybe get the game a little bit early. Highly doubt it, but I do want to point something out about the trailer in case anyone did miss it. It says NHL 19, but there is a glitch in the actual the video itself. If you guys pause it at the right moment, it comes up as Chel 19. I think that's very interesting.
So there's a little fun fact with Thrash right there for you. Chel 19, maybe going towards more of a community-based movement, you think? Or what are they trying to get at with that?
With our, obviously that's the nickname for NHL, right? It's Chel. That's, we go, we play Chel, we have fun. I don't know what they're going for. If they're gonna, obviously NFL is not NFL, it's Madden, right? They could go for a rebrand. They could try and get something new going. I doubt it. I don't think that's what they're gonna go for. But if they're gonna put Chel on it, we could see even a new game mode or something. Something related to that specifically, because it's just weird to me that they would have that glitch in and then not use it.
So right there, that's an interesting thing to start talking about. And then I guess the next thing that might affect, if they're going to go throw us totally off the deep end with that, is the cover that we are supposed to get here on, well, the NHL Awards. So what are we expecting for the cover?
Well, there's been a lot of speculation that it's going to be PK Subban. I don't know who it's going to be personally. Obviously, it looks like a right-handed shot. They could have used anyone's silhouette, and I need to point that out. It could be that person. It absolutely could be, or they could just be putting somebody as a placeholder, and I think that's what it really is. Obviously, Madden has their, they have a, what is it, Hall of Fame edition?
Yep.
I'd like to see one of those for us as well. I'd like to see somebody on the cover, just like a special edition version, of course. I don't have really any picks. It could be anyone. Obviously, McDavid was the cover last year. If they want to go with the youth movement, Tactics HD actually said that Nathan McKinnon would be a great pick. I agree with that. Kucherov, you could go to, there's so many names that you could put. I'm saying, since it was a forward this year, I'm leaning more towards defense. We could see, unfortunately, I don't think it'd be Erik Karlsson. Obviously, he could be on his way out. They're not going to put an Ottawa Senators logo in the middle of the cover, and he's not even playing for that team.
You mean they're not going to Kyrie? You mean they're not going to Kyrie Irving that like NBA did, or what?
Exactly. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to see maybe even the goalie. Marc-Andre Fleury would be a great addition. I don't know. There's a lot of players you could put on it. If they're going to go forward, it's got to be either like Matthews, McKinnon, obviously a young stud. I don't think they're going to go with an older player. They're going to go defense. I could see Victor Hedman even. He's an outstanding defenseman. And goalie, I'd say Marc-Andre Fleury. Those are my picks. I haven't heard anything. There hasn't been any leaks, any talks. So if they're going to go defense, PK Subban makes a lot of sense. Great defenseman, worldwide name. Everyone knows who he is. That could work.
And so you're also saying if they go goalie, it's kind of almost a troll moment like you alluded to at the beginning. It could be anyone's silhouette, and then all of a sudden they pick a goalie as well. That could be just like that Chel little Easter egg you put in there. It could be
they could definitely do something like that. Hey, take a look. Who's it going to be? And they put a silhouette of a player, and it's a goalie. It could definitely happen. Hell, they could put a coach on there. We don't know.
Barry Trotz lifting the cup. Oh, wait a minute.
There you go.
So, okay.
Yeah, he's not really he's not the coach anymore, so I don't know if that would work. But
well, I just saw on Twitter, just before we lined up for this interview here, Thrash, I saw apparently, according to some sources, he's landed in Seattle. Ooh.
That's interesting. That's
That's
definitely
interesting.
interesting.
But what else is going to be interesting to see at the NHL 19 awards is or NHL 19 awards, the NHL awards featuring NHL 19 is what they do in terms of gameplay improvements. We talked about this about 2-3 weeks ago, and I mean back then it was kind of okay, we're going to see something at EA Play. We didn't. So now what do we expect? Do we expect everything up front, or are we still going to have it trickle out throughout the summer?
I think it would be a mistake to show it all at once, to be honest. If they show it all at once, especially not showing it at E3, which I think was a massive mistake, if they show it all at once and there's a negative response, that's not going to be good on the company. I think tomorrow we'll see an actual trailer. They'll highlight some of the new stuff that we're going to be getting, and then they'll go more in depth throughout the summer, trying to create more hype for the game. It's only June. We have months to go before NHL 19. They can't show everything at once, or else we're just going to be like, yeah, let's get excited for the next 3 months. Like they got to continue the hype train, you know.
So what do you expect? Maybe one or two things we'll see in the trailer that we know will for sure 100% everything revealed at that point.
Well, if it's anything like last year's, we're going to see lots of deeks, and that's it. Only deeks. I don't know. I mean, with the teaser they put out, we could see something with an outdoor rink. Maybe do some more Winter Classic stuff. Maybe I would like to see some more things like that, different places to play and things like that. Fortunately, they're focusing a lot on NHL 3s again. I like it, but there's got to be a reason for it, you know. With this trailer, if they don't show, obviously, look, before we even get into it, if there's no Frostbite engine, this is already going to be a big issue with a lot of people. Everyone's been calling for it. We all need it. We need this upgrade. And if they're not going to give it to us, if they're not going to show it tomorrow, then I'm not totally sure what they could be hyping up. Because we've seemed to have the same game the last couple of years. They could add outdoor arenas, and they could add, legend teams and stuff like that. But until the gameplay's set, the game's not really going to matter too much. You know what I mean?
Right. So I guess as long as they show one or two, three things the community's really been looking for, it could be a good thing. But at the same time, they got to keep the hype train going, like you said, throughout the summer. So to keep that going, you have to release little bits along the way towards the release date. And talking about release date, what are we expecting for a release date in September? Is it earlier, later, or what are you thinking there?
I would expect it to be earlier. I would definitely expect it earlier, especially with, they're releasing all this information. If they're going to be releasing it in June, that hype train, that extra couple weeks, that could be a big difference for how many people want to buy the game, you know? So I would expect it early September, probably. What did we say? The 11th? Is that the right date?
11th, 18th.
We know it's always a Tuesday, but
yeah, I think before doing my research here, I picked either the 11th or the 18th to kind of ask you about, and I think you're leaning more towards the 11th, eh?
I am, absolutely, the 11th. The 4th would be nice. I think the 4th would make a lot of sense, but I don't know if they're going to do it too early into September. I'd love to see it, but I don't know. The 11th makes a lot of sense. Middle of the month, you know?
For sure.
Right before everyone... everyone's already back in school at that point, though, so the 4th could be a big thing.
Yeah, right after Labor Day weekend in Canada and stuff, and kind of come into school, come out of summer, and give you that game to play, right? It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That could be a good idea. I'm hoping for the 4th, but I'd say the 11th is more likely.
All right, and then last thing I have for you before we talk a little bit about Hoffman here, because I know one thing I can't do when I'm talking to you is not talk about the biggest news of the NHL in the day. Features for NHL 19. You've already talked about maybe something outdoors and maybe something more with NHL 3s, but talking HUT, talking ESHL, talking franchise, maybe give me one or two, three. Why am I saying one or two, three? One or two things you're looking for in terms of features at NHL Awards.
NHL Awards wise, I'd like to see. Look, like we have these awesome deeks. Add some more deeks, but make them a little bit more useful. I find, if you do the Datsu flip and HUT, it doesn't seem to work out. And it shouldn't work every time. Don't get me wrong, but I want to see more. Not creative deeks. We have some pretty creative deeks. I want to see more of a variety. I guess would be. We do the same 3 deeks here. We have the Datsu flip, the Datsu pullback, and then the one-handed tuck. Nobody touches any of the other deeks. Nobody touches any of the other ones. Change it up. Give us some other options. I mean, in terms of features and whatnot, what else can they add? They're not going to give us GM connected. It's not going to happen. Unfortunately, although a lot of people are calling for it, it's just not a popular game mode once it is in a game. And I'm not sure what we could possibly... What could they bring that's going to go, do you know what? I need to get this game this year. Unless it's a Frostbite engine, unless it's, a big step forward, I honestly don't know what it could be.
All right, well then this has come down to the last question I have for you, my friend. What did you make of that Hoffman to San Jose, then to Florida trade?
Amazing move by San Jose in the first place. That's a great deal by San Jose, picking up Hoffman for literally not a lot. I mean, Bacher hasn't done much in the last couple of years. He is a 50-point guy a couple of years, but I don't think he's going to get there again, especially not with Ottawa. And then they flipped him over to over to Florida, and that's a good deal for Florida. I like the deal. I like the move for Florida on that one. Even though San Jose, I mean, all they did was dump cap and pick up draft picks. That's amazing.
Yep.
Great job by San Jose.
Okay, and
but,
then
I got to give the edge to Florida in the end, because giving up a second, a fourth, and a fifth for a 30-goal scorer. Look at their top six now. Florida's top six is absolutely deadly.
And it's also a second in 2019. So
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That is absolutely a crazy move for Florida, especially they get to keep their second-round pick, first-round pick this year. They have a little bit of more options to get some more talent within the organization. It could be crazy lead up in the next 4 days, and I think NHL 19 at the NHL Awards might only be a very, very minor part of it. But Thrash, thank you for joining me, and I hope your insight gets people prepped for what we could see tomorrow in that trailer, the reveal and the cover reveal and everything like that. Thank you so much, my man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on. And hopefully tomorrow, all of us are sitting down, we're watching the NHL Awards, that trailer comes on, and we all get excited. Hopefully something shows up, makes us all go, holy crap, let's go. I'm excited for the new game. I can't wait. I can't wait to try out these new features. And hopefully it comes up. I say hopefully, but I got to be honest, I have my doubts.
He's Thrash. I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch you guys, as always, in the next one.